I was quite surprised to hear that 4 people collapsed in Accra yesterday out of the congestion of town, and that the Ghana Fire Service had to actually spray water on the people.
Yeah, it was a good initiative.
Where are you going?
It's Christmas.
Buy online.
People want to go to Makwala.
To do what?
Demonstration.
Oh.
They want to see things for the feely.
By the time you walk and go there, you've wasted your time.
No, people. I'm on my way to the office this morning. I decided to use that part of town because I'm doing kind of traffic watch just to see what's going on.
People,
but the human beings that were walking from Togbe's office.
That's so. This
Trade Towers.
World Trade Center.
From World Trade Center, heading towards the Makwala area. The human beings.
What are they buying?
I don't know.
Isn't there a delivery service they can use?
No. You know, moments like this, people want to experience the Mikokrum.
Hey, then maybe I've changed though.
Yeah, people want to experience
I don't go to town like that too.
But what I must say is that when we send our microphones to the market, the traders should not tell us what they always tell us. I'm tired you.
That's what they were saying.
No, won't take it.
They were telling the Graphic and the Times that some way.
But so which year has there ever been a good market for the traders there during Christmas?
Next year.
I've never heard your thought either.
So that story is something that concerns me. But I was just concerned that there was so much congestion in town that 4 people collapsed and the fire service had to actually sprinkle water. And then the traders were saying the police was close by, but they couldn't intervene to sort of break up the chaos. You know, I don't know. I don't even know who to blame.
They have done.
That's the question. What should the police do when people are selling on the street and everybody wants to go to town?
Yeah, but you see, Bernard, we manage these spaces and we have institutions of state that actually keep their eyes on the weather condition around the country.
Mm-hmm.
You go elsewhere, if there are going to be heat waves, for instance, the announcement is made. Mm-hmm. You are given specific guidance as to what to do in those circumstances. If you're going to a parked environment, in some cases, you go on certain streets, you find that water is running 24/7 through a particular tap, so that in the case of a heat wave or you feel in a way inconvenienced by something, you move there quickly, throw water on your body and all of that. So the question is whether maybe the heat in the environment coincided with the packed nature of the human beings in that space and created the problem that we're talking about. It would seem that maybe we didn't have prior advice from the Metro Department, the fire service.
There are things.
They are buying things. People are looking for options, cheaper ways of getting around the Christmas period.
You work for 2 hours in that heat. Even any savings you make, you lose it in comfort.
But your satisfaction that at least something you would have bought in his close neighborhood.
Delivery fee is high.
Isn't there a delivery service that can meet that class? So okay, what are the top things people are going to buy? If you are going to buy food, go to Medina Market or you don't even need to come to Accra Center for food, because as for food, wherever you live, there's a good market. If you live in Kaswa area, you don't even need to come to Accra. If you live in Tema, maybe. If you live in Medina Market. If you live in Amasaman, I don't know. What's the biggest market in that area?
Amasaman. You have the Amasaman market.
Or Domi market for those in Achimota. Unless you really want to buy something specific.
Or you
now,
go to Nsawam.
If you are building and want to buy paint and those things, maybe I can get it. You go to the part of town where they sell tiles and things. But the other things you want to buy, like, what do they buy? I don't even know. Is it Christmas clothes or what?
Yeah, that is also there. Shoes. Some of them Obroniwe.
Buy it online.
And some of the things they say that when you come to Accra, you get it cheaper.
Is it even true?
Well, I mean, some will demonstrate to you that it is true.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What can you buy in Accra? And okay, by what factor? So let's assume you want to buy the shirt you are wearing. If I buy this shirt in Medina for 12 cedis, Accra, even if it's 10 cedis, the transport is 2 cedis. So
yeah, but they don't build in those costs. All they know is that it is 10 cedis.
No, but they are complaining about transport fares. Yesterday, when I was interviewing the Minister of Transport, a lot of people were complaining about how truck drivers had jacked up their fares,
which is unfair.
So it's costing you more to go to Accra, and you are also sweating in heat, and then you are going to buy something for 2 cedis cheaper.
And then also the question of variety, right? Yeah. There are people who want to choose from a range of options and be sure that that is the best available option there is out of the lot.
I actually think the problem in Ghana is lack of information. You see, if people knew
that there were options.
If people knew the price, you see, it's an information challenge. So you are living in, say, Adenta, and you need to buy shoes for your children. There are 3 options. Option 1, go to Medina Market. Option go to Cantamanto. Option 3, go online. What you need to do is ask yourself, if I leave Medina at 6 a.m. to get to Cantamanto by 7:30 or 8, and go and buy that shoe at that price, compared to go to Medina and buy it for maybe 5 cedis more, or go online and buy it at the same price with a little markup for delivery. When I consider my overall life, which one serves me better as utility?
You see, as someone
we are just too price conscious. We should be conscious of other things too.
But I also think we must acknowledge that there might be visiting buyers as well.
As in
people who have come from other regions.
Maybe
all the way to Accra.
Maybe they are supposed to come to town.
There are those who will say, you understand? They're going to buy. So I think it's a mix of things, and then of course, let's also not ignore the curiosity factor.
People just want to.
There are people who also just went to town because
Besha there for.
Yeah, Besha there for.
But what is there to do in Accra?
You'll be surprised, but you see, here's the thing. I think you hit the nail right on the head when you say maybe you are now more mature.
Dirty Accra, what are you going to see there?
That's what you think.
Somebody from Adafia
at least 4 people collapsed while the Ghana National Fire Service sprayed fresh water on a sea of people in the central business district of Accra, as shoppers made a last-minute dash for Christmas purchases yesterday. They also send you those things. At Okansi, shoppers largely moved toe to toe. The slow motion defining the hectic human traffic that has characterized this year's Christmas shopping experience. Really? Amid the congestion, the fire service deployed fire engines to spray water on the teeming crowd to cool temperatures.
Yes.
The congestion built up over several hours, with 4 people collapsing in the process. A situation that disrupted trading activities across the CMB, Okanshi and Makola. Okay, what I need to know is, those who know Accra, what can I get at CMB? What can I get at Okanshi? What's the difference between
everything
that and Makola?
Is there.
Right? That I can't get in Medina.
Everything is there.
What can I get in CMB that I can't get in Medina? What can I get in Okanshi that I can't get?
There are things you can only get in Accra, and at the right price.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is there a difference between what CMB offers, what Okanshi offers, and what Makola offers? This only Samuel can help me if you knew. Because Okanshi, Makola, CMB, for me, they are all Accra. I know Cantamanto is different. Fools.
Yeah. So people also go in there.
But what do they sell at Okanshi? Is it like paint?
There are a lot of things that happen. Yeah. Medication.
What about CMB?
Everything.
Cocoa Marketing Board.
Yeah, everything is there.
What about Tudu?
Same thing.
What's even the difference between
clothes? A lot of the time is the second-hand clothing. It's the second-hand shoes. It's
second-hand clothing. They say Cantamanto.
No,
those they both put on the floor and
on the floor.
And then you also find tomato sellers.
So if I want to buy material,
shaky material, or which of them?
to sew, where's the best place to go?
Makola.
Makola.
Yes.
Food, which part? Where food in Medina Market?
People have choices.
Food, you go to Agbogboshi.
Yes. That's for bulk purchase.
That's
Agbogboshi.
Yes. Yeah. So what's the CMB?
CMB, you get all kinds of things.
Like there are shops there.
So you see, if I want to buy, say, what do you call it?
You see, you don't need anything.
No, hold on. If I want to buy, let's say for instance, I want to buy a new ghetto blaster, right? Ghetto blaster, you go to the Rollins Park area. You know, there are some shops there. They specialize in importing ghetto blasters, television sets, all kinds of things. If you want dishes.
But if I want to buy ghetto blaster and TV set, I'll go to the shops that sell it. Like for example, the Hisense, LG. Those are the shops.
No, you see, because you are of that stock. You can afford that. Cheaper options you get behind Rollins Park.
So I'm telling you, I want to buy a ghetto blaster. I go to Rollins Park.
Yes, go to Rollins Park. I have brothers there who supply all the time. So yes, they actually get it directly. Sometimes from China directly, or Europe, or as the case may be.
Maybe
and at discounted prices, and they sell.
Maybe I'm a middle class.
That's the point I'm making.
Your money has come.
Yeah.
No, I just don't understand why I should go and look for ghetto blaster in Accra.
No, but the thing is, so for instance,
you have hold on
with all these shops that are selling with original equipment manufacturers, distribution outlets for after sales.
There might be a possibility of the things also being cheaper.
Yes.
In that area, Okaishi, CMB,
but why do people even need to buy things?
Because these stores that you are talking about, they always factor in cost of air condition, running the place, all of these things. So this phone that you should have bought for, say, maybe 15,000 Ghana cedis, maybe you get it for, say, 17,000, because they've added all of those things, cost of permit and all of those things. If you go to those shops,
I think it's a perception. I think the reality of this modern economy, that whole advantage of going to Chrome,
Bernard, let me tell you a classic example. I've done some work in terms of renovating spaces for some clients, right? And I can tell you for free that the cost of going to this particular place I'm talking about, around the Rollins Park area, behind it, right? Yeah. To get air conditioners and all of these things, you need to actually properly position the space in a proper way. Was cheaper when you compare that to the invoices you get from the big shops around.
Let's assume I'm renovating my house for Christmas.
Yes.
And I want AC. You think it's better for me to go to town?
I'll give you Kofi's number.
Where is the shop?
He did the place I'm talking about. Yes.
If I want paint, I'll ask for paint, I'll go there. You see, if I'm looking for, I did buy paint. If I'm looking for wallpaper, I can understand why I go to Accra. Even that one, I can let somebody get it, but that's not a problem. But a lot of the things, Christmas decorations, food, here.
I need to take you around so that you can see what happens in those places.
Because in this Christmas, we bought Christmas decorations. China Mall has a lot of it.
And also,
China Mall is even cheaper than that Accra you are going to.
Yeah, but
the decoration I get for China Mall, it
depends on what you are looking for.
Just light that you put in the house for the children to be happy. Christmas tree.
So for you, in your mind, you don't understand why people are moving to Accra.
I don't know why there are so much congestion that people are collapsing. It's a perception that Accra, they are full. I'm saying there are three options. When it comes to food, you don't need to go to town. When it comes to one or two items, like food, you can go online. They'll bring it to your house.
Bernard,
I understand if you want to buy paint, you want to buy cement. Even cement, there are distributors outside. If you want to buy wallpaper, yes. Maybe you want to buy shaky mat to sew Christmas attire. Fine. But for the level of congestion I'm seeing, to go to town to buy a knockout or to buy water pistol for my children, why would I have to go and be
Bernard, first of all, let me deal with the e-commerce aspect because I'm interested in this place. Look, many of our people are not honest, first of all, right?
Those who are selling online.
Those who are selling online. There are people who have set up fake accounts and they're using it to due people. And people talk about it. So people don't even trust. And then also, people want generally to see Fidi Gadochi, what they are buying, and decide that, okay, this is what they want to buy. Because in some cases, people have had very bad experiences with things being delivered to them. They open the thing, it was not what they asked for. Then you have to go back and forth. And also, just yesterday, I ordered food from a particular place. I normally will get food from the place, but almost always there's a different rider who is supposed to deliver the same to where the food is going.
The distribution economy is not working. The retail.
Then anytime the office calls the people, they have they have to now say, oh, where's the location? And if you give the location, they say the rider, he probably doesn't even know how to even operate his phone to know where to go to. You get to a location and then call the office. Okay, I can't find your location. All of that is frustrating. Elsewhere, you produce your code, everything is entered into the system, and he's coming straight to your door or the flat that houses your office, and then delivery will be done to you. So that is also another major problem that has to be cured, as we need to cure as a country. So yes, there are those who don't believe in systems like that because it's done something bad to somebody they know or they themselves have experienced it. Or there are those who are looking for specific options when they go into these spaces.
My main comment this morning is not to say that people shouldn't go to town necessarily. What I'm saying, you see, there's always a better way to do something. Here's a country with mobile phone penetration over 100%. Traffic is a major issue, right? There's a lot of congestion in town. We'll sit down, somebody will come up with a model that can bring trust, because what you said was that the people cannot be trusted. So a lot of online guys are fraudulent. A large company will come, find a way of solving the trust problem, find a way of solving the location problem, and begin to provide service for people. I'm sure there are some shops that already do it in a way that can make it easy for even the ordinary person to buy.
You know,
it may change, because you see, we are also aspiring for people to have a better quality of life.
Beautiful.
I don't see why we should be happy that people are so congested in town that 4 people are collapsing, have to spray water on them because they have to go to town, chin-chin between today and tomorrow. So you could say, for example, Kasua is a new area. A lot of the things you want to get in Accra, Kasua should have this version. Tema should have another version. Madina should have another version. Open up the space. I do know that there are some markets that historically have had patronage because of the quality of things you get there. But the current urban situation we have and the poor transportation and the trotro thing, if I live at, say, Amasaman or Bechile, I don't think it's an efficient use of my time to go all the way to Ukanshi to just buy wallpaper. There has to be a different, better way. That's what we're asking. So yes, people will go to town because that's what is there. But we need to think about how we live. And I feel like if you can solve the trust problem, a lot of people will patronize delivery service because they do buy food by delivery. If you can solve the trust and the skill problem, because the delivery thing may be expensive and people cannot be trusted. But taxis were doing the things they were doing until Uber came. Now that Uber has come, a lot of people take it, and Bolt and those things. We didn't know that taxis could also almost be taken out of business. Somebody came with the technology. He thought about the matter carefully. He aggregates the whatever he has to do. He's changed their business. So I think that there should be opportunities for people to take advantage of this demand, this Christmas demand, to sanitize the retail space,
which I agree with. You see, I believe in deepening of the e-commerce space, and that would require that, first of all, the people who are selling online, there needs to be a reorientation, right? And then also the people who are actually delivering the items to end users or people who are buying them, there has got to be some rigorous training in that space too. It should not be anybody who can just ride a motorbike, right? That space should be properly regulated, so that if you are coming for a document from Bernard and you are delivering it to the National Media Commission, you understand, there should be a certain level of appreciation of what your responsibility is. It should not just be because you can ride a motorbike.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
And those reforms, I believe the Minister for Communications, working with the Minister for Transport and with allied agencies,
you can sanitize it.
Exactly. They need to sanitize that.
A more efficient retail space, a more efficient delivery space helps to clear the congestion. In the meantime, I'll read a couple of quick comments. I need to say that our WhatsApp number for this morning is 053-998-6996. So there's a change in the number. 053-998-6996. Let me read this one, which is quite interesting. It says, good morning, team. People go to China Mall, Panda, to buy and take to Mokola to sell. There's no point going to Mokola at this time of the year. I think it's needless. I believe most of the poor are ghosts. Good morning and Merry Christmas. You don't add your name. There's a strong belief that some of the poor who come to town are not real human beings. This human traffic is a usual December affair, and it dates back to the 70s. People want to feel the Brona craze. We have all been part of that craze for decades. It has some kind of Christmassy sentiment. We've now grown out of it. Oh no, Bernard. Accra is the plug. For example, with sneakers, I can barely find an original in Medina. The originals in Medina are stocked in boutiques and being sold at almost twice the price in Accra. This is Jeffrey from Presec. Okay, so there are some things that Accra still offers the best. Bernard, all retail shops go to Accra to buy and resell at various places in Ghana. Yeah, but that's how they should make their money. So let them get some small money from you.
Yeah, but so if the person wants to go to the source.
Yeah. Okay.
So for instance, there's this comment which is coming in from he basically tries to argue that there are people who want to go to these sources themselves because of their peculiar economic circumstances, right? They want to go into these spaces and buy from these spaces. They do not necessarily understand how the online space works or how these shopping malls and these other things actually work. So they want to go the traditional way of finding the things on the ground or wherever they may find them or in the shops and then buying them. And then also, I think that one came in from, there was
somebody
one that came in from Andy.
Your comment about Ghetto Blaster.
Yeah, okay, so Andy says,
go on, Andy.
Andy says that we should have well decentralized markets to avoid these ugly spectacles. Tell Koku that some people just want to sit in Trotsky, go town, and then see what's happening.
Good morning, guys. This is my first time commenting, but I can't get over Sky's comment about a Ghetto Blaster. It has really shown its age. Ghetto blaster by this time. By the way, there's absolutely nothing unique to Accra Enclave. Just people of Sky's age clinging on to yesteryear's activities. So, some people agree with me.
My guy, I'm your
No, to be fair, some people are saying that there are some specific items that you get cheaper in Accra. All right.
Yes, I've given you some of those things.
We also need to admit that we've also grown, and that we can afford to. I can afford to pay a bit more for certain things.
Yeah, but
at the average Ghanaian.
That is
so
true.
And to be fair, I'm not actually criticizing people for going to town. I'm asking for a better way of shopping. Okay, so don't. I'm not saying that going to town means you are bad. What I'm saying is that, do we really need 4 people to collapse because of congestion in town? Should we not have different outlets? Should we not have other options? So please don't misconstrue my argument to think I'm saying going to town means that you are useless or something. No, we are saying in 2025, do you need to have congestion to the point where people are collapsing? Is that the best way to shop? Number 2, does driving from Adenta to Accra, when you consider your overall circumstance, are you better off? So if you save 10 cedis compared to your 3 hours, isn't 3 hours more useful to you than 10 cedis?
The opportunity.
So it's not like let's not make it a fight. Let's think about it. Okay, sometimes the best way to change things is to question the reality of the now. All right, somebody comes in and saying, like, on the basis of this program, they are going to create another option for low income buyers, which will address the trust question, address the skill question, and address the convenience question. So those are all options. That's how we improve society.
So for instance,
so let's not say, like, because we do it in the 70s, let's keep doing it. You don't improve society like that.
So you see, the government is doing something really brilliant, which I commend. You know, the Aplau market that they want to build. You know, hitherto and still today, a lot of people cross the border, go to Ashigame to buy the things that they need for Christmas, right? It's just similar to what we see people moving from their respective communities and going into Accra, because Ashigame is the big market in Togo, and you find things just like you see what things happening in Makola and these other spaces. People go there to buy in bulk, to resell, and sometimes just for their personal use. So what I'm saying is, imagine the market going to Aplau, which we are doing with Chinese support. A lot of people will now go to the Aplau market and buy the things that they want to buy instead of crossing.
I actually think every assembly should have a priority of improving their market as one of their deliverables for the next 4 years. Having a market which is well planned, well calibrated, to shift some of the pressure away from Accra, and also to ensure that they have enough variety to reduce the need to go to Accra by ordinary people. Yes, there are some things Accra will be the place to go to, but I think we need to find a better way, particularly because our mobility and transportation is so poor. You don't need to have 4 people collapsing in Accra on the basis of, well, Yaku Kruma Kotonyama. Yeah, a few quick comments on the whole Accra becoming a
so
choke
let me
point.
read this. I don't know whether you have read this one, but this is from one of our regulars. He says, Bernard, good morning. Your comments about shopping this holiday season are really showing how sensitized you have become to the plight of the masses.
Really?
How can you assume people can just purchase online? How many people are as privileged enough to order online? Yeah, we have arrested you. This is one that has.
Well, there's one from somebody I think also is interesting. Hello, my brother. The bulk of people in the central business district in Accra are coming from other towns. Imagine a trader coming from Somanya or Peki to buy her merchandise from Accra. Such a person will not stop at Medina Market. It makes economic sense to stop over at Medina to save 20 kilometers and 3 hours. But psychologically, she may feel satisfied to go to get her wares from Accra. Plus, customer loyalty. These outside business women have their long-time suppliers in Accra from generation to generation. This actually explains quite well.
Yeah, and then also the terms that under which you get, some of these things bought. I mean, if you are buying in bulk, sometimes people go pay half or a third of the entire contract sum and then go sell and bring the difference. So those arrangements also are in play. And
yes,
there's this
one.
Okay. Okay, Akoto, you want to read this?
This one is from Sam. He says, Kantamatu will not be happy with you this morning. Kantamatu is still recovering from the fire outbreak last year. They can't afford a drop in the foot traffic. I've always wondered whether Kantamatu can be replicated elsewhere in Accra. Only challenge is people will still go to the center of town. This is what happened at Kaswa New Market. People stayed by the roadside. The weird thing is sometimes items are cheaper at the malls. Some people just can't get past an Accra central bargain.
Okay, this one also says Rawlings Park and Opera Square serve as major house for electronic gadgets, including ghetto blasters, boosters, air conditioners, flat screen televisions, paints, and some building materials. Prices in these areas are generally more competitive than in many other parts of Accra. For brand new jeans and shirts imported from China, Togo, and Cote d'Ivoire, Makola and Tudu remain the best options.
Thank you.
As prices there are significantly lower. So let's break it down again. So Rawlings Park and Opera Square
for the gadgets
serve as major house for electronic gadgets, including ghetto blasters, boosters, air conditioners, flat screen TVs, paints, and some building materials. Prices in these areas are generally more competitive than in many other parts of Accra.
Okay.
For brand new jeans and t-shirts imported from China, Togo, and Cote d'Ivoire, Makola and Tudu remain the best options.
Correct.
Kantamanto is well known as the primary market for second-hand clothing and footwear, mainly sourced from Nigeria.
Okay.
It also hosts traders from Nigeria dealing in paints and certain farm implements such as wheelbarrows. Arena, on the other hand, is the main hub for building materials.
Thank you. Who sent this?
The person knows the market.
You know, this is what I was wanting. This is what I was asking for. So Rawlings Park, Opera Square for electrical gadgets.
Came in from Zach.
Jeans, clothes, certain kinds of clothes, Makola and Tudu. Kantamanto for second-hand clothes and footwear. And then Arena. Till today, I still get Kantamanto plugs, though.
To go and...
You know, we had this guy, myself and Omani had this guy who used to bring us belt, shoes,
Back in the day, I remember.
and shirts.
and suits.
No, we stopped the suits, but we used to get shirts and then belt and shoes. They still have some very good shoes.
Yes, is he happy?
Yes, but I think he stopped the work. Yes,
Why are you moving for you? Bernard, it's always better to go to the bigger markets. Just last week, I bought pepper 10 cedis from Adina and I used it twice. But I bought the same amount of pepper. I bought the same pepper at the same price from Accra, and I'm still using it. That's the reality. This one says, Sky is the type to still write a check and enter the banking hall because an ATM card can fill 0.01% of the time. The people that go there are buying to resell, not for themselves. Bernard, my sister sells breakfast. One roll of 3-in-1 Milo is sold at 40 Ghana cedis in the supermarket. At Teshi, and at the supermarket in Teshi, whilst it's sold at 36 Ghana cedis in Accra. Note that she's not buying just a strip.
Okay, so that makes sense, right? If you do 36, so okay, let me put it this way: for the bulk buyers, I can get it. But my question is, the people who are collapsing, are they all bulk buyers?
Okay, let's find out. Sometimes shopping in town is much better. That's why people end up in town. This is from Mickey. The fact is, people don't go to town with only one item in mind. To go to Kaishi to buy cheaper wallpaper may mean that I can also get a lot more other items cheap.
Okay.
So I'd rather go myself. Also, many people shop by the eyes and ears.
Yes.
So they go out there to find something cheaper they may not have thought of in the first place. This is coming from our good friend Kwabna in Bristol, UK. Good morning, guys. I think we need to modernize our markets to the China Mall model where people can conveniently go and shop. I have always wondered why everyone keeps going towards Makola. It's not like there's some port there or something that receives the goods. The goods entering Accra are either through the airport, seaport, or land port. There is no entry around that area, for instance.
It's called aggregation.
Why move a truck from the north and go all the way to Makola when most residents are far away from it?
Aggregation.
The traders need a rethink, but this is a leadership issue. This one says, please, Accra is what it is. Please, those who come are very well to do as well. Oh. Please, when an alternative is made, people will still come to Accra. People are also coming from the other regions. This is consensus.
No, I'm told
Solomon.
that now Kumasi serves a lot of the northern places. So the story in the graphic said a lot of people were coming from the north, the 5 regions of the north and other parts of the Bono area into Kumasi.
Yeah.
To buy from there.
I mean, generally KJTR, Edum, and then those places.
But I think it's cheaper there compared to Accra.
I don't know. I know food is cheaper in Kumasi, but I don't know about other things.
Yeah. Right, let me just one more and then you can move. Spraying water over crowds to cool them down and maintain balance is not new or negative. During summer music festival concerts, it's pretty standard.
Really?
At some festival locations, there are huge sprinklers positioned at calculated points all day long. That's true.
Yeah, so that's why if you go to Europe, particularly when the heat waves are sweeping in, you see that the taps are running and
let me rest my case. Why people should do what they want them. What people should do what makes them happy.
Let's talk constitution.